Hi, welcome back to Educator.com. This is the QuickBooks lessons on using other accounts in QuickBooks. QuickBooks has other accounts associated with it. The one that we're going to go through in this lesson is utilizing and using credit cards. Credit cards are a wonderful tool that we can use in our business. They help us manage and track our business expenses as we use those credit cards. There's a nice little statement that comes in every month, and it usually annual statement will give us a category of expenses that we have used, so we can utilize that for our tax preparation. In other account types we have, there are, of course, the credit cards. We have the tracking of credit cards. We have assets. We have liability accounts. We have multiple other types of accounts. So we're going to talk about specifically the credit cards today. We're going to talk about now the entering and how to enter a credit card charges when we have those receipts. Every time we utilize a credit card, we should make sure that we have that receipt. It's helpful to have those for the IRS as well as keeping track of your transactions. So from our QuickBooks, we have our home menu up. The thing that I would like to do is show us how to enter in those credit cards. So from the banking menu, we're going to choose from banking. We'll say enter credit card charges and click on that. It's going to open up a nice little window that looks very much and very similar to the check writing window as well. From here, it's going to list a drop-down menu for our credit card. At this point in time, this transaction, let's say we purchased fuel from a gas station, and we used our Cal Oil credit card, so we'll choose that credit card to use. We're going to go to the purchase from, and it's going to be Bayshore Cal Oil Service. So we type in Bayshore, it auto-fills it for us, and we'll hit Tab. We'll assume that it's the correct date that this transaction is on from our little receipt that we have from our purchase of fuel. We'll put in the amount of $30 because we're such big spenders with gasoline, and we only put it in a gallon of gas. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the expense category is properly filled out as fuel expense, because this is the type of transaction we conducted. I want you to also notice off to the right here that if this were a recoupable expense that we can bill to our clients, we can also choose from the customer job drop-down menu and choose the particular job that this was for, and we can have it ready to be rebilled to our clients, in which we'll discuss in a later lesson. But for this purpose, we're not going to do that. We're going to make sure that this is just a business office expense that we incurred ourselves. It's not going to be billed out to anybody else. So here we make sure that it's all entered properly according to the receipt that we have, and we'll say save and close. That's how we enter credit card charges. And from there, we want to make sure that we can now reconcile it. Throughout the month and week, we'll have all these receipts that we've put together. I always would encourage you to enter things on a daily basis. That way you're more familiar with QuickBooks and how it runs, and that way you're up to date with entering your charges, and you can keep track of your expenses in a more accurate way.